Hello, everybody. Uh, by the way, today's chat is about divine love, and that was a suggestion from Hesa, and she did very good job on this. She texted me last night, and somebody suggests something else, and probably that's what's going to be tomorrow's session. So we are in the new moon energy on Gemini, and beautiful, beautiful energy. So we can be discussing this divine, okay? And I felt this morning that that's the right thing. Match the energy. Hi, Josh. Hi, CF. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching it, supporting it. Thank you for and I made a one post today on Facebook, which is I'm going to share with you guys. Okay. And if you are not in my Facebook, uh, okay, let me just get on to it. And talk about this divine energy for. Oh, there he is. Okay, so basically, here is the post. Okay, what I did is I wrote it there. Divine love is loving with your soul. Another soul are the divine blessing. If you love the care, attention, support, needs, material, you love things. Yeah, you do love things. You need to understand. And when the things expire in you, your illusion about love expires. That probably you learned that during a relationship or karmic relationship or marriage, you love the things. You didn't love the person, the soul. So that is the reason because you losing the person. And once you lose the person, then you go to another person because you still love the things. You don't love the person with your soul. And that is because of lacking of understanding divine love. You never really love the person because if you did, you will get all you ever wanted because within the soul and the divine provides everything that you need in life, everything that you're going to need. And I'm starting it with this. Okay, and now, here with now. Hi, thank you for being here. Hi, John. Thank you for being here. So, what is divine, though? A lot of the people don't understand this divine thing. Okay, and I went out to look at some things, and you're gonna be amazing how the things they match of what we have as a twin flames, but also our personal relationship with the divine. Okay, our things. So, to remind you that divine, okay, is a of or like God, which is leading to devoted to God, sacred. A lot of you understand that the love and the soul is more sacred than anything else. Specifically, when the divine is involved, and you'll see it in a second. What I want to tell you to it, and you get the providence of God when the God is involving within life. Divine also mean third person present, the third energy. That's what I wanted to tell you. And also, divine is discover, having supernatural or magical insights as a twin flame. Divine also, if you look at it, the Sanskrit words Devi means goddess. But if you put to the Devi one L, you get the devil who's teaching you the devilish things about love, and you understand that have to go back to God. Hell. That's what we're going to discuss now. It is the divine connections from within. So, what is the divine love? The divine love begins, first of all, from with divine love from within yourself. That love that you have. But since you're getting born, you begin to be programmed and taught to love for reason, for things. You probably got programmed from parents, society, and everything. You got to love for a reason. The reason could be he has to be rich, he has to be good looking, or she has to be a good looking, she has to be a good woman, he has to be a good man, and on and on and on and on and on and on. And there you go. It comes to the mid-age crisis, and you realize that everything they told you is nothing but a one big poo-poo for it, and you're like, that's not life. And now you're waking it up, you look at into the divine, you get connection with divine, you go through these stages, and now you're in a twin flame relationship. Oops, see daisy. Now what? Now that divine situations, you look at it to it, and you probably end up in a divine connection with something that wasn't right, wasn't good, and then you begin to understand what is this all about. But when you are with something, that's what a lot of the twin flames doesn't understand is instead of looking at the things and fix the issues, the problems, and the situations, because that's what the darkness come out of the light. Most of the people begin to do other things for. So, hi Lisa, hi CJ, who else? Maria, hi, Rate of Light, Brinta, thank you all for coming in here. Thank you for having me here. And you look at the divine, the way the situations is first of all, you build a relationship within your own self. You can't lie anymore. I spoke with someone yesterday, and they're like, "Well, I can't lie anymore." Yes, because you see this divine love. You can't lie from within. You can't. It's impossible. Okay, but your relationship with on the other side could point you out the things that you did in the past, or can point you out the things that needs to be worked out. And with the divine and the divine love, things are much more beautiful. They're complete. The completion portion of from something of complete happiness. Okay, and that complete happiness comes in because you see the intervention of this divine love in your life. And that's what a lot of the people don't understand, that the connection with the divine, okay, it is the beautiful thing you do. Okay, it is the beautiful thing to do. If you see some synchronicities and you got yourself enlightenment, that is the one part of the divine. You begin to be like God, okay, because God creates you in His image. So you basically fulfill one of the connections that God created you for. That's what the God gave you the soul. That's what the God gave you the spirit through the Holy Spirit. So through the Holy Spirit, you connect to God. That's how it goes. Okay. So if you look at it, the things that I tell you, it is you getting devoted to this divine love. And that is the devotion of the twin flames. You get devoted because that love, it's also connected to your twin flame, but also that love, it's connected to God, because God is involved in there. You thank God that that love come to you. Or if the things head south, and they head into the dark side of the force, okay, then you go against God and you meet the devil, and the devil tells you just gotta go back to God. Okay, this is divine love. I don't understand this part. Okay, I know it, but I don't understand it. That's not for you. It's just dark night of the soul. Okay. And then what you do is you're looking for the providence of God, that thing that to prove kind of like the things. But once you get the proof, what do you do? What do you do with this divine love? Do you use it? Uh, Hi, Jenny. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sending the love. All love, be love. All right. Um, then, through this connections changing your life or personalities change, you understand you have to destroy the old way of life. You have to destroy the old things everybody told you about. You begin to learn the truth with the connection with the divine, and now this divine love help you in life in general, not only within the relationship, not only to understand our relationships. Now you understand the partnership, your partnership with the divine forces from within you. Okay, those divine forces, they are for you, they guide you, they help you, they kind of maybe pushing you. There is this quote out on Facebook, a man sitting at the edge of the cliff, and somebody kicks him out, and on the other side there is a hand that holds him, and it says that the both hands are God. Yes, that's what sometimes happen. You probably went through this stages at some point. Question: how do you ascend in unconditional love? Marshall, one thing I will talk about this. Very good question. Is the divine love is unconditional love? Yes, because you don't have conditions with God. If you pay attention for it, the conditions are what? Somebody has to love you because you don't want to be alone. Okay, somebody has to love you because they need money. Somebody has to love you because you have to be the provider because they can't provide for themselves. Somebody has to be something. Okay, maybe emotions or some reason. However, the connection with the divine energies has no condition. The only reason for the divine, I want you to pay real attention to what I'm about to tell you right now, because this it's probably the most powerful thing you ever will need to understand. Okay, the divine, the connections with the divine from within is your really relationship with God. This is like you developing a friendship with God. That way you're happy, so God is happy too. You understand, this is a mutual agreement with God. When you're happy, they're happy. That's what the divine wants you to be happy. That's what the all things are coming in your life, because at some point somebody brings you that thing into life. And I had a people, but why did the divine wants you to be happy? Why do your friends who loves you, likes you, they want you to be happy? It's the same thing with God. You develop this relationship with God. You become a besties, friends, okay? Because that way, when you love and you have this happiness in life, okay, the divine are happy too. The divine is in love too, okay? That's what this is. Have this relationship. And now, since the moon is in new moon is in Gemini, build that love within you. Build it, because that is your friendship. Okay, that's what this divine power is from within. And this is how you ascend to Marshall. That's how it is. By you understanding the power of the divine, the power that was given to you, the love that was given to you for creating more love. Your creation of God to create love, and that's what the divine love is. It's not about things. You, through God, you can create things. You can create sofas, furnitures. I mean, you can create pretty much everything with God's love. All of a sudden, God gives you this knowledge to create. Okay, unconditional love has no conditions. You don't love God because you want to get rich. If you think you're going to love the divine God for a reason, so just you can be rich or you can do something or for personal gains, you're all screwed up. Your life is going to be screwed up. Take a look the reasons in your life, what your life is, and take a look your relationship with God to find out the correlations with it. Okay. Um, okay, let's see. Perfect with God's love. Yes, Maria. A mutual agreement. Yes, the mutual agreement. All right. When you're in a relationship with your twin flame, you feel this third person or third energy. And that's what God is from within. If you're experiencing ever a divine relationship, all of a sudden the things kind of like go flawless. The moment you gain and you try to use that connection for personal gain, God's gonna just shut down. But when the God's shutting down, then the problems go south pretty quick. Okay, you can't control divine. Divine is not to be controlled. Divine is to be loved and cooperate with. Okay, you have a partnership, cooperationship. All right, you don't have one-sided thing. Okay, God's gonna love me, but I'll do whatever I want. That ain't happening that way. Okay, one-sided love is not love. All right, just want to receive but don't give. So it doesn't happen. It's the same thing with the divine relationship. You have the relationship within the divine. You give thanks to God. You give thanks to the divine. They bless you with these energies. They bless you with the path that you want to evolve as a. First of all, you evolve as a soul, and then all that evolution as a soul affects your personal life, develops the new character you are. I mean, the character the divine wants to build from within you will destroy the character that everyone build it from within you. This is going to be the hardest thing from it. We have to have this unconditional love, the understanding of oneness. You are one with God. Okay. So the other thing that I want you to look at it is when you discover this energy from within, how did you felt? How much love there was there? Why you don't have it now? Your disconnection maybe with the divine? Okay, because divine is always present. The question is are you talking to the divine about this? Now, during the test, the divine is not going to be present. You all know what I'm talking about. The divine wants you to have your own divine purpose shows up. And sometimes during this test, it's going to be rough. But you go through life, things going to get better. Hi, Margaret. Thank you for being here. Share some love. And let's see, Jenny. Unconditional divine love comes from inside, radiates from inside out. It's not a thought process or an emotion. It's just a way of being, the way of existence. Yes, I would say. And then you're discovering that you have these supernatural abilities. They're not supernatural abilities. They're supernatural abilities because you just discover them. And that is when you discover the divine love. You discover the divine love through awakening from twin flame or spark or soulmate or for so many reasons, for divine purpose. And what is the divine purpose? The divine purpose of this is you to learn unconditional love. I stated that long time ago that when unconditional love become a lifestyle, we are going to have a paradise on earth. Okay, but do we have unconditional love as a lifestyle? No, and that's what this divine love teaching us to have this unconditional love. You love just because. You love, not because of a reason. Not because of you're trying to gain something or support yourself or anything else. So that's what this is. When you have the supernatural things, this supernatural insights that you're receiving as a download from the divine, then you understand your purpose. Once you understand your purpose, then you begin to do your purpose. Okay? But the thing is that all it's related to this relationship within yourself first, then the relationship with the divine, and then when you receive the blessing, what are you going to, your actions will be. You need to understand divine looks for your actions on earth, not for your thought processes. They know your thought processes. The divine knows what you've been thinking. Okay? And they put you in a place to show you the things. Once they show you, what you're going to do is totally different situation. The reason you're not in a certain energy is because you're not within the divine. Now there is the new cycle that begin. I actually had like hour and a half talk with Nick today. We maybe do a live chat over the weekend. We'll see. All right, we'll see what's going to happen for it. And we are going to talk a lot about divine love and twin flames, and the learnings that he and I have. They're going deep, roots deep. This is one of the people that when you're in the same train, you are actually in the same boot inside of the train. Okay, this is like everyone. It's kind of like the same place. Okay, and they have this divine discussions from within. That's what some of the people who are around me, they're with me, and we are in the same frequency. But we always give our gratitude to the divine for. Okay. So thanks to you, another great pointing the divine and purpose, following with the divine, not ego, charging the course, sweet surrender to divine, love our heart song, our love song. Yes, Maria. But a lot of people, what do they want? They want to have everything in this earth. When you die, what are you going to get from this earth? Only your experiences. That's it. What you experiencing on this earth, good, bad, ugly, whatever you did, that's what you're going to get with. Okay, and are you the God, goddess from within? I want you to ask yourself this question. Do your action based out of this? We're still human, we still learn. Everyone makes mistakes, okay? Everyone. If you were all perfect, we will be in 7D. Okay? Let me tell you what the 7D is. That is the seventh heaven, where the angel levels and begins. All right? But since you're here in this 3D with the 5D energy that you have to provide, you got to become the conduit of this God's unconditional love. Guess what? You're going to have to develop this 5D from within. How you build this 5D is with connections with God. Okay? And yes, so collecting experiences. Maria, that's correct. Right in there, that is the way of this world works. Okay, and looking into this, you become this conduit of God through your vibrations. I mean, we spoke about the ever since 2 years something happened. Yes, something happened. It happened, the increasing of the 5G that actually affecting our sense to a certain vibrations. If you pay attention, 2 years ago there was no 5G. Now there is a 5G, and you all of a sudden start to realizing now with this new cycle that begins, you don't feel certain vibrations, and you're like, what the heck? Yeah, the vibrations are something. They are affecting something. They're affecting the magnetic field, and now we can't work within that field anymore. Can't work with these vibrations. They are lower vibes, and they're higher vibes at the same time, but you don't see this for it. But we are still conduit. We have to move to another frequency. We have to move higher than what those frequencies there were. So there is going to be some challenges within this, and if you look from within, you will understand the things. The divine, okay, ask you to be devotion, you to devote yourself to this. But do you really devote it? That is entirely up to you. But the devotion, it's actually a relationship, a mutual agreement developed for a purpose. Okay, and you devoting because of who you are, but at the same time, God is devoted to you. But that is the beautiful part of the connection, when the divine powers, they are devoted within you. You doing divine purpose. Deep understanding for this can help you in life more than anything, more than anything. But I would do this. Okay, let's see. Could you do a video chat sometimes on how to repair karma between TS from past lives? And how do you know what the karma may be, and how to heal between twin flames? Ray, very good question. I will answer it right away. Repair karma, or what karma? Okay, if that is individual karma, you can see that when one other person and another person, they have a planets that they are either on the south or north nodes. You see this right away. Astrologically wise, that is one of the best way to look at it, what the karma is, and have the both two individuals who working on that karma. You can't just have look at your chart and your TF chart, and they don't want to accept to have this. You need to understand the karma in order to be solved. All the parties involved from within, they have to be agreeable of working on it. Okay, it can't be a one-sided thing. It's like, yeah, I'll fix my stuff. No, you don't, because you didn't fix your stuff with them. Not about them, with them. It's personal karma. Okay, and that is a past life experience. If you take a look on this, you will probably have a past life experience. I mean, if you have same planets, kind of like in the same houses, okay, you will understand. You have certain things in there, okay. I mean, or planets there in exact degrees, okay, like 22 degrees on the same sign, or similar, like a planets, they are very close to your north node or south node, specifically past life. For you guys know from each past lifetime, but focus on the past lifetime. Okay, we'll take the part of focus from within the present, what it needs to be solved now. Because if you focus on the past mistakes, guess what? You might stay there. And you're thinking about focusing on the past mistakes. Compared to the past mistakes, they actually moved into this present lifetime, and that's what you end up having, this karmic relationship. It's called karmic, so the things can be solved. But if the things doesn't solve and continue doing the same things over and over, guess what? You ain't gonna solve it. It's going to be a repeating of the karmic, and that's what you're going to be reincarnate again for. How do you know what the karma may be and to heal between? For example, if you have a karma, which is North Node, and let's say the first house, okay, that is about karma, about personality. You maybe have to learn and accept other person's personality. If that is in the second house, you have to look at it the way of things about material world works, material possessions, gains. If that is in the third house, do you have the friendship relationship? That is in the fourth house. That is about family. You definitely going to have to work this out, being in a family situation. If that is the fifth house, that could be related to your kids, but also could be related to your egoistic developments from within, because that is the part of the I am the king, and I am the king comes from the ego, okay, without realizing about others. You need to understand this. That's the fifth house. After the sixth house, though, you got to be careful with this. And I'm telling you this because the sixth house is about the house of healing. That is the house of the Virgin Mary, and that is the house of Virgo. Right there, you have responsibility of healing the world. Okay, because if you have North Node in the sixth house, your past node it's in the 12th house. That's mean in the past you learn everything into the spiritual realm that you could have learned. Now you get to perform it in the sixth house. If it's in the seventh house, okay, that is about learning about relationships, partnerships. You're probably going to screw up more partnership until you learn everything, okay, with the North Node in the seventh house. The North Node in the eighth house, okay, astrology wise, that is how you operate with the material things of others. You're probably going to messing up more stuff, taking from others or damage other people or so on, until you learn that you have to stop doing this. Okay. I mean, I can talk to you more about this if you guys need some for it, but that will be more and more stuff is going on. And I will kind of like getting into this situation. But right now we're talking about divine love. So how the divine though getting into your life? So we end up in a very hard ship, for example, because of some reasons they are beyond your control. So here is the divine supporting you. You working, for example, on a project, divine supporting, all of a sudden things comes up right out of nowhere. That is the miracle part. That is you're in the right place at the right time with the right actions, with the right energy, with the divine behind your back. And a lot of the people are afraid of this because interfere on the divine within your life sometimes is scary. It will scare who though? The person who is not authentic, because divine knows everything about you. And divine wants to show you, listen, you become an authentic. That's what I'm going to be continue doing for you. And then you do this, and the divine supports you more and more of what you need to do. But there is this communication, learning within the divine that you have to keep the channel clear from within yourself. Now, when the third party is involved, which is your twin flame, okay, that has to be cooperate, collaborate, co-create. Now, that is a different divine energy. Okay, I stated long time before. Even Petya made it. If you don't know Petya, Petya and Andrea, those are twin flames who currently they live here in Bulgaria. I'm very good friends with them, and she just made it a video that says like talk about the twin flames, and she's like saying that the power of twin flames it's multiplying because it's working with the divine. Divine is multiplying. That's what that is to create these ripples of multiply, and that is the situations of the things for this is sinking. So cool. Thank you. You're welcome, Maria. Thank you guys for doing this. So she stated that it's like you guys don't understand this divine connections until you don't get it. I mean, the twin flame energy can be creative or destructive, but you will understand either to the one way or to the other about the things. Hi, Helen. Thank you for being here. Welcome here. Thank you for being here, sharing some love. Thank you for it. And it's different when you build with the divine. Divine tells you, create this, make this, help this, do this, I'll support you, do this, do that. But once from the both individual do it, not just the one. And when the things turn south, most of the time within twin flames is we have to face the old self. We have to face what of the old self preventing us to really cooperate on this mutual divine trinity, I say twin flames, with the divine, okay? And there's going to be a showing up of the divine love from within you. You all probably know when the divine love during the ignition state, how beautiful it is. When God shows you, it's like, here you go, this is the love you guys have. Keep that love. I give it to you. That's what this is for. Okay? But once that love bursts, why does it burst? Yeah, it bursts because you realizing you have to do something in the material world. And the old program of what you know about the material world facing this divine love. And here you go. You end up and beginning to have the fight within ego, within yourself, fight the ego between you and the divine, and fighting the ego between you and your twin flame. And oops, here we go. How are we going to do it? Now the question is do you trust the divine energies or you trust in your ego? And the only way to figure out if the person will do the right thing is their actions. Nothing else. Actions speaking louder than words because the actions once taken and making them into a physical realm, that is actually you providing, you transform energy that was divine given it to you into the material world. And as a Peja stated, you can use it for one thing, creation or destruction. And if there is situations with the destruction of relationships, that's what there is. There's got a lot of ego involved, a lot of fear probably involved, and so on. All right, let's see what's going on. Lush is in the world, pretty much negative energy, and Lush is traded between these entities. Josh, humans are battery cells. Yes, we are. We are battery cells of love. We are supposed to charge love from the divine from within, okay, getting from within ourselves, share it out there, we empty out, we go back and recharge. That is a mutual exchange of energies. Because the more love we create, the more love we share into others, they become the love. And once they become love, they are, go ahead, and emitting love. And that's how divine gets its charge. But then the divine takes that love and charges more people. This is called cooperation, because the energies, it doesn't lose, it's only transforms. Okay, so if there is a situation within you and then get the energy, then there is a blockages. You have no connections. You can't charge a battery. Can't charge a battery if it's not put into the charger. Okay, action. It's required an actions to charge yourself. Not thinking, not no. You go ahead and put it into a charger. How many 90 cushion challenging are there daily? You guys going on to. Hi, Crow. Thank you for being here. Good morning, Dio and everyone. Great topic. Keep up the good work. Maria, false light, so requires out discernment and many talks with the shores. False light. That is a kind of like a good topic. It reminds me about one movie. It's called Prophecy. When Gabriel had his uprising against God, and there was a point of time Gabriel was told, like, when was the last time he spoke to God? God always talks to you, but when will you stop? And he's like, I stopped talking to him because God loves the humans more than us, the angels and archangels. Oh, you stopped talking to him. You broke the connection with the divine. Divine never broke connections with you. That's what this is. You breaking the connections with the divine. Carl Lucy. Very good question, Lucy. What is, but before that, let me read here. What is your thoughts to the alcoholic are chronic entities manipulating the karma system and trapping soul unnecessary reincarnations through the false light? Trapping souls. Let me tell you that the trapping souls is because the souls are trapped somebody. And now if you soul is feel trapped, is because for some reason trapping souls who is experiencing now, like they don't know what to do as a soul level, they're totally lost, they feel like in inner jail. That is because they tried to put somebody in the jail. We talk about this inner jail situations a while back. Okay, but if you work with the divine and you do this inner jail thing, okay, there is a actually, you need to understand in the universe, it's not only good entities and bad entities, all right? They all have their own purpose. The whole purpose is, again, go back into the coin, okay? Every video we are talking about this coin. When you are looking about one thing, go look at the other side, all right? Nobody can be into a dealing with bad entities and bad things if he cannot learn something. Okay, every time the light goes into the darkness, tries to pull someone out of the darkness, guess what? You're going to get hurt. All right, somebody's going to get hurt. And every time when the darkness wants to go into the light, it's like somebody's going to get hurt. But the divine love says like this: if there is the mutual love in there, you guys can create and begin to be a divine. Okay, why are you celebrating Halloween? What are you celebrating in Halloween? Let me tell you something about Halloween. Halloween is not only a holiday. In the Orthodox Church, okay, is the celebrations of all saints. Do you think it's just a holiday? No, it's not. Okay, that is the day of you appreciating the light and the darkness within life. So you learned the divine. That's what this is for. Okay. So if somebody reincarnate and they reincarnate with this, they usually born within the families that there's something's going to happen in there, Josh, and it will be required they to learn the light because they lost the light from within of someone. Maybe they lost the light of someone who gave them the light for free, and now they getting their karma back of this lifetime. So that is all divine purposes. Some of the divine purposes you will never understand. Okay, you will never understand because we don't have the abilities, the capabilities for now to become a divine beings. You become a divine being when you cross the pattern of 6D. You're not reincarnate anymore here in this state of existence. You stay in the 7D and be an angelic realm unless you volunteer to be reincarnated here to help people. That is for divine purposes. Okay, that's long range. Another talk for it. Carl Lucy, what do you do with that energy if you find yourself dealing with people who don't equal exchange, who just take all the time? You give them the energy, and I'll tell you why. Because you give them the energy to show them the road, that there is something better. And you were put in there as a divine energy to give it to them. But there's going to be a point of it that you can't give anymore. And if they don't understand that what you give it to them is from divine, and they abandon the divine part, then you begin to understand that they were just taking. They're taking the divine for granted. And that's what you are there for. You might get hurt, but then it's karma, payback time, something. God was using you as a tool to love somebody, heal somebody, help somebody, so they can go back to Him. But if they don't want to go back to Him, that's a little different story. Some of those cases, though, Carl Lucy, you may have to take a look. That could be something related to a family karma. And that right there with the family karma, that is a totally different story. Because the family karma is hard. It's involving something. Like, for example, I had to learn to cut it off things from my family and disengage totally from my family because of things that wasn't right with that portion exactly of equal give and take. All right. Somebody was just taking from other people's in life and not giving. And guess what? Now we have to give, and not giving to understand that it's not the right thing. Okay? We pay the karma back, but guess what? I don't want to be part of this anymore. I understood that this is a family curse that needs to be broke, and I disengage with it. Okay? That is the moments when the divine tells you, you don't have to be engaged with these energies anymore because that is not your purpose here. That's it. You need to understand when to connect and when to disconnect. All right? God's got His own purpose, always. Always. It doesn't matter what the situation says. Okay? But I learned the things through my family things that, guess what? I'm here to break that, to stop that chain of family karma, to break that. Okay? Is the families going to do it on their own? Every family member and the family karma, they have the choices to do that. That is their choice. The divine's going to talk to them, but are they going to do it? If the good doesn't push him, the bad will at some point. Don't forget, there is always two sides of the same coin. So, Carl, Lucy, I believe this kind of like helping you out if you find yourself dealing with this kind of people. You got to look from within what these people have. Lifestyle, previous relationships, their personal relationships with family members, and situation created around family members. So, for example, somebody keeps secrets, and the secrets will come out. If somebody does something behind the veil, behind you, then behind your back, then there is something's not right. There's a family karma there. They need to solve. It's about family. So, Maria Richards, is interesting that our astrology family placement and environment are designed to solve growth so perfectly defined it. Yeah, Maria. Geez, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but maybe at some point I have to hire a secretary they have here and begin to talk and write this astrology that I was downloaded in me. For it, some of you had astrology readings from me, and I spoke here about it, and it's like how you look, how do you see this inner world from within us? But everything is there. And yes, Maria, the astrology is a beautiful tool as long as not used for other purposes, but to state the things they are. Okay, to state the things they are. I always know I was here to break family karma. Yeah, maybe tomorrow we should talk about family karma. I don't know. Some kind of like the energy is heading that way, but we'll see. We'll see what that is because of situations. Because family karma sometimes it's involving with a lot of things. Because if down to the family line, okay, there's this little bit exorcism going on in there. If down in the family line there was a bad event that happened, it was never the truth come out. Now that truth was hidden and maybe a grandparents. Okay, and then there is a no justified things that comes in. So now the soul of that injustice looking for a karmic justice. That's what usually family karma is. Okay, and then it's kind of like curse. Okay, the family. So stays within the family, creates an event until that crap doesn't come out. Probably reincarnate the same people within the same family until the truth doesn't come out. They have to learn truth. And sometimes this is kind of like things that you don't want to be really involved within family karma. But if you get involved within the family karma, solve your own family karma, leave the other family solve their karma because you don't know with what happened in there. Okay, how bad the things were and who else is there. Okay, just Josh helping you out. Give your hands up. Okay, I don't want to do exorcisms after that. No. Time out on that. All right. A lot of twins are templates with the lineage. Yes. Why? Do you know why? Because they have to disengage with that family karma. When you walk on as a twin flame and you listen to divine, you're ready to give up anything and everything. But God's going to tell you, prove it. Make the actions. Are you going to give up everything and anything? And guess what? They don't. And that's what a lot of the twin flames, they're not together. They're not. You think that situations of I have to be attached to my mom, or I have to be attached to my dad, or I have to be attached to my family, and otherwise we can't be together. So you set up a condition. So guess what? God says, well, go live with your mom, live with your dad, but not with your twin flame. See what the hell is going to be with you from within your soul. And by the way, I'll give you extra things. So guess what? You don't want to be with your twin, fine, you'll suffer. You guys know what that goes for it. Moving away across the country from my family. Yeah, we all got that for it. Even though I come back here in Bulgaria, okay, it's just I have a large family here, right? Guess what? I'm really disconnected from it. Okay, I'm really disconnected from it. Everyone, pretty much from the whole lineage, they are right on the other side of the country. Okay, by the Black Sea. Okay, totally disengaged. All right, disengaged from my brothers because they got their own issues. The only person I engage with is my sister. Okay, I knew about my sister when she came in. I knew when my mom was pregnant, and I said, I want to have a sister. I was happy as hell. Guess what? She's born 12 years and a couple of hours after me. I'm on October 6th. She's on October 7th. Okay. So you will understand that breaking a karmic relationship within the family, it is tough business, but necessary for evolution. Because if you attach too much to the family, guess what's going to happen? Your family determines your relationship with divine. Buddha had to go away from his family. Muhammad had to hide in the caves. Did Jesus get disconnect from his family? Wow. What about you? Mm-hmm. You guys getting it, right? But divine tells you when they need to tell you. That is about the divine love. Okay? You missing on the divine love, guess what? You have a lot of inner work to do. And most of the people, when they have a lot of inner work to do, guess what? They're looking for an advice. Okay, well, you go for advice and somebody tells you got to do this work and how to do that work and so on and so on. But guess what? The inner work is you have to do it on your own, within your own self. That's what it is. And you doing that inner work shows up in vibrations when you fix the proper things for the life. Zingers, wowzers. Yeah. All right, guys. So is this time here. So if you guys have some questions, let me know. Having a little tonic today. I'm going to be drinking pink tonic. By the way, realized that there was a company named Dio that producing a coffee here. And I was like, wow, now that it's coming into it. So Maria Richards, my mouth is gapped open. Oh my God. Yeah. See, now you will understand that in this new cycle that now it's coming, you are different. And the way you are different, you are more focused within the divine now. You evolved. Brent, did you ever talk about your full tier journey of any of your dates? No, Brinta, because if I have to talk about my full personal twin flame journey, they may have to make a soap opera kind of like maybe 100+ episodes for it. I don't think so. It's gonna be lifetime to express everything for it. I went through a lot of things in the past 7 years that maybe even right now. Yeah. Uh, most people won't take it. Let's put it that way. Yeah. I give more than the people I loved. I share the divine love with them. Most of the time, I got really in bad situations because of society. That was the very first one. The things doesn't end up good in there at all. They were never solved. Okay, so just that story there is probably talking about 20 hours that you have to put it on, and it's highlighted in the rest of the divine in the past. All right, and the last one, I don't even want to talk about there. It's not. It's related to the current energies that's going on around, and highlighted to the divine. The rest, the divine has knows what everything has to be. Okay, so I prefer to go ahead and tell you something that was the positive thing, my personal experience. I prefer to tell you something about uplifting you, giving your hands. Specifically with this new period for is stop looking only to the light or stop looking only to the darkness. Look them both, because that way you're gonna be more towards the divine. We are going to have a new things coming up, more new energies, because I look at a lot of psychology videos lately, and what I find out is that everyone has the troubleshooting skills in there. However, the people, they don't look how to solve the problem. Divine will always give you a solution for a problem. The question is are you accepting it? Currently, the psychology doesn't really accepting God as a part. They don't accept the divine. They don't understand the divine relationships. To them, that is a whole new level of psychology. But there is a psychologist who become a twin flames. Guess what happens now? They begin to understand more and more. And that's what this Helen, at what stage in your life did you realize you were going through a spiritual awakening? Helen, I would say that realizing spirituality was very young in age, probably 3 or 4. And that is my first memories of this. I always look at it like somebody was after it, and I was always watched. Like I was always something was looking for me to do certain things. I knew that I begin to see things, and later on they happen. Imagine you are 3, 4 years old. How powerful you had to be to experiencing this, like you dreaming what's going to happen in the street when you play, and an hour later that actually happens. I mean, this can really you get used to it over the years. Okay, but the real awakening was that was the last that was the time of this really initiation opening of the divine to when I wake up as a twin flame, begin to understand the journey of twin flame. That was probably the most powerful event. The next powerful event was in the relationship, and I see what divine does to support you. I see what the divine is. You never create something like this before. All of a sudden, you create it. It's a creation of God. Okay, you need something. God provides it, and you learn things through life. Okay, but I realized very young in age that there was something in me with God. Very young in age. I mean, my grandparents took me to one place here in Bulgaria, and I went out to really confront the priests how I should supposed to do it and what this is. And they all look at me like this. That's little 5, 6 year old boy telling them how they should supposed to do it. I tell you, my grandma and grandpa, I remember to this day, it was like, they both passed away, but yeah, that's what it is. Carl said, thank you. The down to climb up. Yes, learning about ourselves one way. The mutual respect. The mutual respect. Wow. This mutual respect. And let me tell you something. When there is no respect from one family member or one part of the twin flame, or you don't respect God, or you don't respect your twin flame, or you don't respect your twin flame and God at the same time, you open up a can of worms there, Josh. All right. So bring to age 304. Wow. Yeah. I even remember when they asked me, because I was prophesizing things, because I see them, they happen in the future. And they were asking me, and when the envelope is going to come in, because my aunt's husband, which my uncle, he was outside of Bulgaria. He was working as a welder, and she asked me when the envelope will come in so she can receive the news for him. And I stated that. And there you go. Whatever I stated, that's what it was. And everybody was like, wow. Yeah. But see, when older people come to you, when I have 5 or 6, and they comes in to ask you this with their, tell me about it. You might feel scared, and sometimes things were, you get it. Because when you're young, you don't understand what's going on with you, what is your abilities are. You can't control a lot of things. Wow, Jeannie too. So glad to mention volunteers. Yes, some were predestined to a time such as this. Yes, Crow. Yes, exactly. And we have to realize this situations. We have to realize these things. And now we are in this train that moves forward, and we understand this moving forward. Some people, they are in the train, and some people, they check who is on the train. If you think that J.K. Rowling's just picture the train every time goes to Hogwarts just for out of the blue, is not. You guys understand that is a part of the journey. You are going transition from regular world into the magical world. Yeah. Okay. I had that experience at age 2, definitely open a lot. Yes, it is. That young kid created your environment to grow in. Exactly. the weird environment that we are growing in. But now the weird environment is that more and more people becoming awakened. They can become awakened under the light, or they can become awakened into the darkness. But all roads lead to God. And that's what a lot of the people will learn at the end. That all roads lead go back to the Creator. Do you think God didn't know when he was creating Lucifer what's going to become from him? He did. He made him anyway. There is a secret out there that should be not talked. But guess what? We don't care. We are twin flames. We are rebels. That's our purpose here. It's about the truth. And that's what things are. So I also knew early age that's my home. I'm not from here 100%. Yeah, definitely we're not from here. Right? But we are all here. How about that? We are all here. We're not from here, but we're all here. And what is there is the question, right? There, it's the universe. All right? Here, we kind of like help you out a little bit. To see, to know, to guide each other. That's right, Maria. That's what this is all about. To help each other in this blind, dark world, to shine the light so we know where to go. Catch up the train and goes forward. We're going somewhere. We're going to the future by being in the present. So whatever we do in the present, that's what we are going to receive. Okay, guys. I hope that kind of like today's video helping you out. If you guys have something else in mind, something else that we're going to talk about it. I hope that today's video helps you out. I hope that some of you is going to look at it and reevaluate your relationship with the divine. Your relationship with your twin flame, with your relationship with family, your relationship with your own self. Use this energy now of the new moon and Gemini, because that part of new moon and Gemini will determine your relationships. That is the first house of relationship. That is the house of the friendship. Okay? You have to learn, there is a few houses out in the astrology that are important, which is the third house, that is the friendship. The fourth house, which is the family. The seventh house, that is the relationship and this mutual cooperation partnership. Okay? And at the end, the 11th house, that's the relationship in God. And 12th house is what are you going to let to die bad about relationships in order you to fulfill things. So, yeah. So we talk about family karma tomorrow. Yeah, Brinto, how about that? We're going to dive into a family karma. Yeah, this is going to be rough. Prepare for the bumpy ride, okay? Because a lot of you is going to ask me, Dio, can you troubleshoot the family karma? Yes, I can. Depends on how far you want to go with this. Because family karma is rough, all right? Because you're working with mutual personalities, mutual situations, and you're also looking at what the damage is. That family have that karma. You need to look in that position. That is not only one member. You need to understand that, man, I just started talking about family karma. You know what? We'll talk about tomorrow. How about this? Okay? We're going to talk about this tomorrow. Don't just get me started yet. All right. I know I can be here and talk to you. I know you guys want to be here and talk to me all the time. And I know we have a great time. Okay. Maybe we'll do sometimes 6, 7 hours questions and answers. We'll see about that. But yeah. Uh, so we are going to do it tomorrow. Going deep within the family karma. Okay, it's settled. All right, we'll do that. Maria Richards. Yes. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for getting the questions. Thank you for helping the society out there. Thank you for the people who join and watch the video or share your video. You know, I don't like to say share my video or join my channel because that's, I know it's universal part. And thank you for that way when you're here, you're supporting my channel. Okay, guys. So thank you so much. And tomorrow we are going to dive to family karma. So let's share the love now. CF, thank you. And Classy B. I just, hello everyone. I just made it what it looks like. The life ending. I'm about to watch the payback. Yeah, Chrissy, I'm sorry the life ended. Maybe I will start doing it 1 hour late so more people can come in. Maybe I'll shift it from 3 to 4 o'clock p.m. So that way some of the people can participate, because the participations in the chat is what makes these videos great. Okay, it's not me talking to you. The universe says they come to your chat, they tell us what they need, and you give it to them, and I will help. That's how it goes. This is also a divine love. Okay, if you look at it to finish the video about this, that's what this is. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Be loved.